welcome to this. And if the video quality is not good, or if the audio sync up to the video is not good, I apologize ahead of time. My video camera is kind of winky. I'm not sure why. I've been trying to figure it out, and I finally just gave up and said, you know what, screw it. I'll just, try to make this quick, and hopefully it'll turn out okay. Anyways, on with the video and what this video is about. As most of you, well, most of you probably don't know, Chase, dude, who was in the roundtable video. He was the one in the back, kind of talking a lot. A lot of people were like, "Who is this guy?" That's dude. That is actually usually how it goes when we're all talking on Skype. Is he usually talks a lot, and he's pretty smart when it comes to wrestling, so none of us mind. Anyways, he made a video once he got back from WrestleMania. I'm talking about people's thoughts on WrestleMania. People talking about what they thought of Taker and Shawn Michaels and all of that stuff. Then Brandon, today, did a video basically on the same type of thing. And then Dirty White Boy did a thing on star ratings. My video is going to kind of be all-encompassing on a lot of those things, just because I continually read comments, not on just my video, but on other people's videos. I continually see videos, and I shake my head and just wonder about what people think. So let me get started with this. If you thought this was one of the top 5 worst WrestleManias of all time, honestly, how many WrestleManias have you watched? I'm honestly going to ask this question, because I don't think you've watched very many. This is probably, this WrestleMania, WrestleMania 25, is probably the worst WrestleMania since, what, 22 maybe? Maybe 22? Let me check here real quick. Yeah, probably 22. Probably the worst WrestleMania since 22. I would say that you could easily say this was on par with 22. Which a lot of people just utterly, don't like anyways. So there is that. There's also the fact that, a lot of people have said, this reminded them a lot of WrestleMania 18. This was far better than 18. Please do not go there. WrestleMania 18 was not good whatsoever. The thing is, most of you who've seen WrestleMania 17, this is what I think at least, this is the feeling I get, and you've seen the WrestleManias after WrestleMania 17, and you've not seen the atrocious shit that has taken place WrestleManias before 17. Do me a favor. Before you start, listing this is one of the 5 worst WrestleManias of all time, actually go back and watch all of the WrestleManias and realize how utterly craptascular some of them are, including those during the Attitude Era. I am not lying when I say this. I have no idea. There's a lot of pay-per-views. There's been a lot of U.S. pay-per-views. There's no way I would ever remember all of them. If you listed the top 25 pay-per-views of all time, I guarantee you, top 25 pay-per-views of all time, there might be 4 WrestleManias on that list. Maybe 4. I would think, just off the top of my head, I would think there's probably only 4 on that list. Most of which took place after 17. I don't get this. I don't get where you guys get off with this. It's evident most of you have not seen them, or you have some vague wonderness about WrestleManias before WrestleMania 17, because most of them were not good. Most of them were average. Some of them were average at best. My God. I made a video about this last year, talking about the fact that, people were talking about WrestleMania moments, and that WrestleMania was this great and wonderful thing. And I went down every WrestleMania and showed that WrestleMania isn't this great and wonderful thing. That it's a big hype thing, if you believe that. It's been since WrestleMania 17 that WrestleMania has been this great and wonderful thing. There you go. There you go. I'm sorry. That just had to get out. Now, let's talk a little about star ratings. When I came onto YouTube, I didn't use star ratings. Few people probably know that. Few people, on my original account, I never used star ratings until people were begging me, please use star ratings, please use star ratings, please use star ratings, please use star ratings. Then I started using star ratings, and then of course people started bitching because I started using star ratings. Can't win either way. And then, you know, and it's like people don't get what star ratings are for. They're an opinion. I understand they're an opinion, but they're an opinion. You know, people use star ratings for all sorts of things. There's a reason why you use them just on a judging scale. If you look at a pay-per-view and you see certain star ratings, you can probably go, wow, he looked like he really enjoyed that pay-per-view. There you go. I also rate the pay-per-views. Because, yes, I have watched enough wrestling to know that you can look at a show that looks really, really good individually into the individual matches, but the show isn't all too great. There are shows like that. Not very many of them, I will admit, but there are shows like that. That is why. That is why I grade things. That's why I rate things. It's not because I come on here and just, you know, oh, I'm going to be, you know, the Siskel and Ebert of you know, pro wrestling. That's not what I want to do. Do I like reviewing things? Yes. Why do I like reviewing things? Because people seem to like my reviews. People seem to like my opinions on them. People seem to think that, hey, if Truthslayer says this is good, it's probably pretty good. I've been told that. I've been told that people watch the stuff that I recommend because I recommend it and they have faith in me. Okay? That said, yes, I gave Undertaker and Shawn Michaels 5 stars. Some people are truly upset about this, particularly since I've said numerous times I don't think Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle from Wrestlemania is 5 stars. I'm sorry, I don't think it is. I'll even blow some of your minds even more. I don't think Steamboat and Savage is 5 stars. Oh my God, what a shock. Yes, I don't think that's 5 stars. I think it's 4.5. I think it's a really good match. I think particularly for, 10, 15 minutes, I think it's an awesome match. The problem is that the finish just is kind of there. I felt empty after watching this match and wanting to watch more. So no, I don't really think that it's this great, wonderful 5-star match. The thing with that match, though, is it was probably the greatest WrestleMania match for, I don't know, what? Let's see. I'm gonna look over some of the WrestleMania matches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 WrestleManias. It's probably the best WrestleMania over 6 WrestleManias. Okay? Until you get to Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon as the best match. Because of that, lots of people are going to, oh wow, wasn't that an awesome match? Wasn't that the most awesome match in WrestleMania history? And you get to this match. There you go. And the thing is, it was still probably the best match, except for, you know, you had Brett and Owen as well on that card, which surpassed it in my opinion. I don't consider that a 5-star match either. Probably blows some people's minds there. Then you go a little farther, and you know, now you're talking about probably the 3rd best match. Then you get to WrestleMania 13, and then you finally get Brett and Austin, which, you know, now you're talking about the 4th best match in WrestleMania history. Then you go some longer, and you're still talking about crapascular stuff, so you get to WrestleMania 16, and it's still, you know, it's not better than anything on 16. Then you get to 17. There is stuff that's finally up to its level when you get to 17, and then it kind of falls down. Yes, I'm sorry, that is my opinion of it. Now, do I blame anyone that says that it's 5 stars? No, I don't think. Once you get to 4.5 to 5, it's all very relative. It's all very much what you think of it. And in truth, once you get to 4 to 5, that's, in my opinion, that is very much personal opinion, and you just kind of let it go to a personal opinion. Now, I will say this. Anyone that thinks this match is less than 4, I have issues with. Because I honestly have to say, did you watch this stupid fucking match? Did you watch WrestleMania on a stream with no sound? Because all I hear is, it was boring, it was slow, it was boring, it was slow. Then you weren't hearing it with the crowd. I have a firm belief of this. I'm sure people say, oh no, I listened to it with the crowd, and I still didn't like it. So, 72,000 people on their feet, going absolute bat apeshit over a match means nothing to you and shouldn't be with the quality of the match. I'm sorry, I disagree with that. Some people say, well, you were there live, so you're biased. Well, if I'm biased, then there's a whole bunch of people that weren't there live that freaking aren't biased either, that I would say have a better opinion on that people respect more about pro wrestling than myself, that think that it's, in that 5-star range. So, there. I just have to ask, what do you people, I don't get it. And then, on top of that, I keep hearing the same crap. This is one of the worst WrestleManias of all time. Because of the main event. It's purely because of the main event. I agree, the main event sucks. That's not the WWE's fault. I will sit here and say, I don't think that's the WWE's fault. That is Triple H's and Orton's fault that match sucked. WWE did everything they could right. They built that up great. People were into it. The match started. Then people got bored with it because it sucked. That's Triple H and Orton's fault. That's whose fault that is. That's not the WWE's fault. That's who it lies with. Okay, now people will say, well, that doesn't mean the pay-per-view didn't suck. No, but you also had Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank definitely didn't suck. Okay, you had the triple threat match. Triple threat match definitely didn't suck either. Okay, almost everyone you talk to says that they loved Ricky Steamboat. That was a WrestleMania moment. That was an awesome moment. Now, sure, the match maybe wasn't good, but that was an awesome moment that a lot of people enjoyed. A lot of people say they also enjoyed the end of the Divas Battle Royal. They might shit on the Battle Royal, but they liked the end of the match. Excuse me, I'm still sick. My voice is still almost gone from last weekend because I was sick last weekend, so you have to excuse me. Anyways, so I just don't get it. And then they go, oh, well, Ray versus JBL. Did you really want to see Ray versus JBL go longer than 5 minutes? I mean, really, that was booked beautifully. I'm sorry, it was. Yes, maybe you didn't get to see Ray. I'm sorry. Now, if you want to bitch about the pay-per-view, about you didn't get to see the tag team title match, I'm not going to bitch about that. I'm going to go, you're absolutely right. Bitch about it. Because it was wrong. Because it was a good match. I was there live. It was a damn good match. It was probably the third, fourth best match on the show. Depending on how you want to rate it. It was damn good. But to sit here and say, this was one of the worst WrestleManias of all time, it's such crap. It's not even funny. I'm sorry. I know people are going to say, oh, how dare you say that? Oh, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. You're just being an elitist craphead. Fine. Let me be an elitist craphead. I don't give a shit. It's stuff like this that just makes me go, dear God. To give Michaels and Undertaker 2 stars, 3 stars, 3.5 stars? What the fuck are you watching? I really want to know. I want an in-depth, thing on what you were watching. And to the people that were bitching because I gave this match 5 stars, you know what? And said you can't give it 5 simply on the fact it was predictable. And then some of these same people started listing 5-star matches and included Joe versus Kobashi. So Joe versus Kobashi wasn't predictable? Give me a freaking break! I think as soon as everybody heard that match, I'm like, well, Joe's losing. Joe's going to lose. Kobashi's not going to job to Joe. Everybody knew that. Everybody accepted that. Everybody understood that. And they still went out there and put on an awesome match. I honestly can tell you, there was no doubt in my mind when I saw Terry Funk versus Ric Flair. I was smart enough at that moment to know that, well, Ric Flair's going over because, Terry Funk's old and they're not going to, and he really can't be world champion. I understood that. As War Games began, to, develop, often, a lot of times it was unpredictable. And the match itself was unpredictable. The outcome wasn't necessarily unpredictable in some of those matches either. Kobashi and freaking, Takayama. I can remember hearing about that match and going, well, Kobashi's gonna win, right? I'm just saying. Predictability, if you're just gonna be like, oh, well, this is too predictable, then why even watch the match? Why even watch wrestling? Because most wrestling is predictable. Most wrestling should be, to some degree, predictable. I've talked about this 5 million times. Because that way, when it is truly unpredictable, it's awesome. But when you just do unpredictable, well, then it sucks. We've seen that. But anyways, I've rambled far too long about this. I didn't want to ramble for this long on this, but I did. So anyways, I'm sure the video quality sucks on this, but I don't give a shit. Anyways, I'm out of here.